Okay, this one is for the one or two people who listen to my Diddy content. I'm keeping up with the case against the rapper mogul Sean Diddy Combs. And I just heard that he may have been moved from his detentions in Brooklyn to a new facility in New Jersey. Have you guys heard anything about that? I just heard this on News Nation. I don't know how reliable they are, but how many subscribers do they have? 1.5 million subscribers. Okay, so this is a serious channel. Okay, so yeah, so this guy here who is a former cop, I believe, has indicated that he heard that Mr. Combs has been transferred to a New Jersey facility because apparently the facility in Brooklyn was hell on earth. Lots of rodents, mice, maggots, uncomfortable sleeping arrangements. And also, I think it was very difficult for his attorneys to properly meet with him to prepare his defense, which is important. I mean, I don't think that constitutionally the government has to provide you with the Intercontinental Hotel in order to satisfy, that your due process rights and so on and so forth. But I mean, at least you need to be in a facility, I think, where you can properly meet with your attorney. Now, it is true that every criminal defendant has a right to be able to properly meet with his or her attorney. And there are thousands of said defendants in this Brooklyn jail. So if it's good enough for them to meet with their attorney, then why isn't it good enough for Mr. Combs to meet with his attorney? But the fact is that when you are a notorious inmate, the rules are different anyway. For example, Mr. Combs is not with the general population of inmates. He would necessarily be placed in seclusion for his own protection and also just for the orderly functioning of the jail. Because if they put him with all the other inmates, it could create pandemonium. You're going to have people who are huge fans, and then you're going to have people who may hate him. And so you could create literally a civil war in the jail where people just become utterly crazy and, make it very difficult for the administration of order and justice in the jail. So he is necessarily secluded anyway from the general population, and arguably it therefore would be easier for his attorneys to meet with him. But I don't think that the attorneys would necessarily go into the cell to meet with the client. I mean, I've never actually, knock on wood, been inside a jail or met a client in a jail, so I don't really know how that works. But I would imagine that there is a common room where they could meet with their attorney. And because of who he is and, the nature of these charges, etc., it's pretty serious. So I guess the lawyers really needed to have a place where they could meet with their client in an environment that is conducive to really preparing his defense properly. So, with all of those circumstances, the totality of those circumstances, apparently the lawyers felt that a change in venue for Mr. Combs would make sense. And so they moved him over to New Jersey. Now, I don't know that this is fact. I just heard it here. I would have to wait for other channels to talk about it, like T-San, Murad, and all the other not experts, but somewhat experts on the subject matter. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, that's what I've just learned, that he's been moved to New Jersey. So, What are your thoughts about that? Do you think that they should have just left him in Brooklyn with the rats and the maggots? Or do you think that he has a right to be in an environment where he can properly prepare his defense with his attorneys, as is his constitutional right? I mean, what are your thought processes saying about this one, you guys? Anyway, see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.